Hello, this video is going to walk you through the process of using the Boolean on Nurbs objects in order to union different Nurbs shapes together. First thing we'll do is we'll create ourselves a Nurbs cylinder. I'm going to make the cylinder nice and tall and symmetrically a little bit wider. So if I were to only pull one direction, it's going to make it wider in just one direction, such as just the X. I'm going to undo that, and if you want to symmetrically increase the size of it, make sure you use the center scale option. The next thing I'm going to do is use the Control D to duplicate, and then use the E key to rotate this item. And now I have two pipes basically sitting inside of each other. In the secondary one, I'm going to go into the scale tool and make it a little bit smaller. Basically, the outcome of this is that the inside pipe needs to be actually inside, the horizontal pipe needs to be inside of the vertical pipe. Okay. Lastly, if you would like to keep this nice and level, as you can see mine is off by a little bit over here in the channel box on the right, I can specify exactly -90 degrees and get myself a perfectly squared right angle corners there. All right. So I'm going to select both of these pipes here, and the reason for doing this is to duplicate them. Control D will duplicate, and then W key will move your tools over. And this basically just creates me a duplicated copy of what we're about to do, so I can show you a couple different things. All right, so on the first set of pipes that we have right here, as you can see inside of here, I've got a vertical cylinder going through there, and the horizontal one's going through the side of it. If you press the 4 key and you look inside of both of these sets, obviously, you're going to see that there's no separation between the two cylinders. They actually just go through each other, which in real life, that's not possible, right? So the idea behind this is that we can project different curves on shapes, and we can use the union tool. All right, so in order for us to do this, we're going to go through a process of selecting the cylinders and utilizing the union tool. The process is pretty straightforward. You'll notice right now I've got nothing selected. My Q key is actually the selection arrow is what's turned on, and none of my cylinders are currently selected. I have clicked off into the stage area. The next thing we're going to do is make sure that we go to the Surfaces menu at the top and go all the way down to the bottom where it says Booleans and choose Union. Click on Union tool. Now, your cursor, as you can see, has changed to an interesting arrowhead. First thing we're going to do is select the cylinder that we want to keep. So I'll select this one first and press the Enter key. Now, this one, again, is the one that's larger, and the one on the inside is the one that's smaller. Also a detail that you want to be aware of. So I selected the vertical cylinder and pressed Enter, and now I'm going to select the horizontal cylinder. And make sure you've got a good selection on there, and then press the Enter key. And so here we have a Boolean of a union taking place right here. So I can see all the way through the pipe, and yet I got to keep part of the pipe that was present, and the other remaining parts are gone. If I press the number 4 key, you'll see inside of here that truly this pipe is now welded to the vertical pipe, and then this horizontal pipe is welded to its vertical pipe. The number 5 key will turn back smooth shade all, and you can see inside of there once again. Hopefully that made sense for how to use the Boolean union. The next thing we're going to do is do something similar, and we'll do the difference rather than union. So once again, I'm going to have nothing selected, go up to Surfaces, go down to Booleans, and this time we're going to click on the difference tool. Once again, I'm going to click on the vertical one first, press the Enter key, select the horizontal one second, press the Enter key, and now you can see what has occurred is that it kept the portion of the cylinder on the inside ring of the pipe, and it removed the extras on the sides. So once again, if I press the 4 key, you'll see that these horizontal lines going through the hole that was just created basically solidify or make it so that way it's a solid entity on the inside. And if you look through the top of this particular pipe, you can once again see that that part of that pipe that was horizontal is now a part of this entity right here. So the one on the left was the Boolean union. The one on the right was the Boolean difference. I'll show you one more thing here. Let's say I were to create myself a Nurbs sphere. I'm going to move this off to the side so I can see it and make it nice and large. Okay, so let's press the F key to frame it or focus upon it. So here it is. And the next thing I'm going to do is create myself yet another Nurbs cylinder. So I'm going to rotate this one 90 degrees. We'll make it a solid 90 degrees, on the x-axis. All right, and then I'm going to make it nice and long so I can see it through the cylinder and go like this. So clearly you can see that the pipe is going all the way through. There's a solid material from the sphere on the side, and if we press the 4 key you can see that the cylinder is going right through the center of that sphere. Okay, so what we want to do is, actually for sake of example, I'm going to change it up just a minute here. I'm actually going to select this cylinder and move it off to the side. I'll press the 4 key so you can see it still is on the inside of that sphere. Do I see it inside of there? But it's not going all the way through. Okay, so once again I'll press the 5 key so you can see this better. I'm going to turn off or not select anything, so I'm going to unselect everything. Once again we'll go to surfaces, we'll go to Booleans, we'll click on the union tool, select the sphere, make sure you're selecting the sphere and not the cylinder inside of there. Press the enter key, press the cylinder, press the enter key. And now you can see that there's a new curve on this Nurbs sphere, and you can see that when I press the 4 key, this cylinder is welded to the actual the Nurbs sphere that we see right there. And it didn't go all the way through the other side because obviously this is just a one-sided thing. Okay? Hopefully this video is helpful in understanding how the union tool works and the difference tool under Boolean. Once again, surfaces, Booleans, and that's where you'll find the union and the difference tool. In similar previous videos, you will have seen that I could project a curve onto a surface and use the trim tool. So this is essentially doing the same thing using a different mechanism of the same idea. Hopefully this video is helpful in understanding these techniques.